Alrighty, let's talk about Deadpool 2. I loved it. It was about as good as the first one. It's like with John Wick Chapter 2, like, it's right about here. Right there. Like, it's close. It is super close. I loved it. It had the feeling of the first one. It was awesome. Ryan Reynolds still killed as Deadpool, delivered a lot of good one-liners, a lot of good quips, a lot of good jokes and references to other Marvel movies and the DC universe. I mean, that whole... I thought Kate Badass, whose mom was also named Martha, was hilarious. I don't think anyone else caught that, but I caught that one. Josh Brolin murdered as Cable. I mean, he was awesome. He was born to play Cable. I mean, that dude has just pulled double duty this year. I mean, he played Thanos, and then literally like 2 weeks later, he's doing press and touring for Deadpool 2, and then they're working on X-Force now, so he's gonna be pretty busy. Now let's talk about Zazie Beetz. I loved her. I mean, the first clip I saw of her, getting into that military transport convoy was awesome, and I just kind of like, oh, I guess she looks pretty cool. And then the movie came out, and I loved her. I loved every scene she was in. She captured the personality of Domino perfectly. I mean, she was awesome. Personally, I don't even care about that they kind of got her looks a bit inaccurate, but I loved her, and I definitely look forward to seeing more of her in the future of these movies. I feel like the action was more amped up a little bit and more high end. Such as, the whole beginning montage of him just going after different bounties and just killing rooms full of people. I mean, I feel like that was a bit more high end than what we got in the first movie. I really loved all the fight scenes with him and Cable because they were really well done and really well choreographed, and I just loved them. Especially the ones with Skrillex. Those were, amazing. Of course, we got Colossus, Nick Sonic, Teenage, I'm not even going to say her name anymore, and then Yukio, and I want to say about them, they were just there. Colossus, I guess they had the same amount of screen time they did in the first movie, so not much has really changed with them, but it was still good to see them. Let's talk about X-Force for a second, because in the great words of Deadpool, I think they catfished us. Because in trailers, we got Shatterstar and Bedlam in action, fighting, but in the movie it was them joining along with the Vanisher and Peter and Zeitgeist. Then due to some high winds, they all die. I mean, Bedlam gets smashed to a bus, Vanisher gets electrocuted, Shatterstar, who I was really surprised was going to die. I was surprised he was going to die because he's actually a member of X-Force, gets shredded to pieces by a helicopter blade. Zeitgeist gets sent into a wood chipper, and Peter gets puked on by Zeitgeist. So it was only Deadpool and Domino, so yeah. It was really disappointing, but I guess judging by the end of the movie, I guess he went back in time and told everyone to go home. So who knows, maybe we could see Shatterstar again in Deadpool or X-Force. So we'll see. Let's talk about Russell, or Fire Fist. I kind of got where he was. He was this kid with superpowers, but yet he couldn't be a superhero because, people don't see a plus-size superhero, and those are his words, not mine. And I guess he was he didn't have much else to do but turn to villainy, but I don't know. I just didn't really care for him that much. I mean, the kid did a good job, but I was just kind of they could have just gone with someone like Kane or Taskmaster, or just gone bold and bring him Mr. Sinister finally, because they keep dropping stuff about him in these movies. I mean, the Essex House, the Essex House, the Essex Industries, the supposed canceled New Mutants end credit scene where John Hamm was going to play Mr. Sinister. I mean, can they just stop beating around the bush and just give us Mr. Sinister already. I mean, come on. He's like my favorite X-Men villain, and they're just like dangling a lot of Easter eggs in front of us, just being like, oh yeah, he's here. You gotta work for it. I'm just like, just give us Mr. Sinister already. I'm dying. Juggernaut was pretty cool because he actually looked like Juggernaut, and he was more comic accurate than the one we got in X-Men Last Stand. Don't get me wrong, I like Vinnie Jones, but this Colossus was so much better because he was more accurate and more. He was just a lot better than what we got in X3. Also, did anyone see the new version of X-Men? They made a brief cameo when Deadpool was all like, where are all the X-Men? There's no one here. Then we just see them all off into a room, like out of his view, and Beach just like slowly closes the door. Like, that was the perfect cameo ever. I feel like they rehashed a couple things from Deadpool 1, such as the whole opening montage of Deadpool just going on a complete rampage, followed by the whole, you know, feeling someone's crotch and being all like, Dad? But so this time he was at I believe it was the Japanese triad. They were in a bathhouse and he was fighting all these guys, and then like he gets blood in his eye, and then he like washes it off, grabs a dude's towel, rubs it off, and then he looks and he's like, Scoutmaster Kevin? I'm just like, they definitely reused a couple jokes, but kind of did them differently, but I don't care, it was hilarious what they did. So, next week I will be doing one-on-ones over Cable and Domino, so make sure to stay tuned for those, and I will see you guys next time.